if when you make a motion or you second it, if you would say your name before you make that motion or second, that would really help Maria and I out. I saw that happen on another board I'm on, and I thought, wow, we should do that on the commission, because as you know, there are a lot of us on the screen and it's hard to tell who spoke. So if y'all would do that for while we're on virtual meetings, that'd be great. Okay, 2.1, introduction of our library manager, Randy Whalen. I didn't think we'd be back having you being in virtual, but he's our library manager 3 at Midwest City. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be here. I'd like to welcome the commission to the meeting. It's always nice to have people come to Midwest City, and I'm sorry that that's not possible right now, but I think we're getting closer to that in the future. So I'm hoping when our time rolls around again, we'll be able to have everybody here. You know, these virtual meetings have been a kind of a blessing and a curse for us in the library. We have found out that we've gained some new members, some of our virtual book clubs and programs like that. So we're very happy for that. We're hoping we'll be able to keep them when we open up and actually have them come in-house. The library's still doing, you know, the grab and go. We're so grateful to be able to have customers in the building again and working with that. So we're still trying to do our best to meet our customers where they are and where they're needed, where we're needed to be. And so again, I'd like to welcome you all to the meeting and thank you for being here.
Great. Thank you so much, Randy, for hosting us. You've been with the library a long time. We appreciate all you're doing in Midwest City, and hopefully next March, we'll be able to be out in your building in person. So thank you very much. 2.2, presentation of service certificates for library staff. And so we have 5 today. No, 4, sorry. Darkus Smith, adult librarian 1, Edmond Library, 35 years. So can we just pause and do a hand? That is huge, guys. Wow, 35. Palace Francis Johnson, teen librarian 1 at Capitol Hill, 5 years. Sarah Nicole Brown, adult librarian 1, downtown library, 5 years. And Shannon Kathleen Pretty, development coordinator, development and volunteer services, 5 years. So let's give these 4 honorees a big hand. Great.
Anne?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, we do have a slideshow for last month's recipients and this month's recipients.
Okay, you want to go ahead and share your screen now and do that, Maria?
Yes.
Thank you.
Are you able to see it?
Yes. That was great. I love the quotes that are put with those faces. That really makes it, I don't want to say human, but right, it makes us connect with them more. So thank you very much, who's ever putting that together. Let's see, 2.3 public comment. Maria, did anyone submit comments to be read today?
No.
No? Okay, thank you. Our consent docket, I'll entertain a motion for items 3.1 to 3.7.
Brian, move.
Okay, Brian made the motion. Is there a second?
Beth Tolan, I'll second.
And Beth made the second. Any discussion on our consent agenda today?
Yeah, I have a question or two,
Okay.
and on 3.6.
Okay, go ahead, Dennis.
Where staff is making a recommendation, which is not the low bid, and there's about a $7,000 difference. And I'd like to get more comfortable with the staff recommendation. If the appropriate staff member could elaborate on why it was more compatible or more comfortable with our existing equipment.
Ann, could you answer that, please?
Yes. We brought units in from the 3 lowest bidders to test. And what we found is the one that is being recommended interfaces better with our software. With RFID, you can set multiple items on there and it will handle them all at one time. And sometimes you will have boxes come up that you need to respond to. This particular software lets you pause and respond to those. The other 2 packages that we tried out, they do things like you set it on there and it reads all the tags, but it doesn't pause for the box. So you have to respond to the box. If a box comes up, pull the items off and set them back down. So it would create a lot of extra work for staff. And it just does not interface as smoothly with our ILS. And our ILS is our main library software. And this is software that will be used every single day at the checkout desk. And if they're having to do a lot of extra work, it just ergonomically and time-wise is not as efficient.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was such a great idea to have the staff, the people that are using the purchase, actually work with those 3 that were being considered and provide feedback. So Anne, thank you to you if you were the one that set that up for them. What a great idea to actually have the people that are going to be using it be involved in the decision making.
That's what I thought, because I could make the decision, but if I made the wrong one, then they would not be very happy. And it gives them a good chance to have some input and see how it's going to work ahead of time.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Any other questions about the consent agenda? Oh, Judy?
I have a question. I think it's 3.5. It's the planetary scanner. My question is on the extended warranty. What kind of warranty does the original purchase have? And how much does the extended warranty add to it? And what is the life expectancy of the equipment? And then the term, well, I already said the term of the extended warranty, because those are fairly expensive warranties there.
Judy, I will try to answer you. I'm not sure I have all the answers because this is being purchased for special collections. The initial term of this warranty is 1 year. And then the extended warranty is, I believe, per year. I don't know if John Rahal is on here and has the document. But the life of this equipment, my guess would be, should be approximately 10 years would be my thought.
So an extended warranty might be a reasonable purchase for something that only has a 1 year warranty.
Right. That is correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Any other questions about any of the consent agenda items? Let me check both screens. Okay. Okay, Maria, call roll, please.
Alford,
Aye.
Anthony,
Yes.
Birdsong,
Yes.
Edmondson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Larios,
Aye.
Vaughn, Mon,
Aye.
Aye.
Caleb,
Yes.
McDaniel,
Yes.
Patel, okay, he's having problems. He said yes. Okay. Patterson,
Yes.
Gambler,
Yes.
Stockley,
Yes.
Shantz,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Woodruff,
Aye.
Toland,
Aye.
Kane.
Yes. Thank you. Item 5.1, discussion, consideration, and possible act, no, sorry, 4.1, discussion, consideration, possible action, our executive committee minutes from March 9th. You have those before you. Entertain a motion to approve.
We don't need a motion to approve
We
him.
don't, but just see if there are questions.
Right.
Okay. Anyone have questions? Okay, thank you. Now we'll do 5.1, discussion, consideration, possible action, naming of meeting room at Belle Isle. Entertain a motion.
Move approval. This is Nancy.
Okay, Nancy made the motion. Is there a second?
Woodruff, second.
Thank you, Craig. Craig seconded that. Any discussion? Any questions for Larry or any of the staff? Okay, thank you. Maria, call roll.
Alford,
Aye.
Anthony,
Yes.
Birdsong,
Yes.
Edmondson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Larios,
Aye.
Mon,
Aye.
McCaleb,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Patel. He's saying yes again. Patterson,
Yes.
Gambler,
Yes.
Shockley,
Aye.
Shantz,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Toland.
Did you say Toland?
Yes.
Aye.
Woodruff,
Aye.
Kane.
Yes, thank you.
And before we move on, can I ask a quick question?
Is,
It's Brian.
oh, Brian, sure.
Do we've talked about this in the past, but did we ever memorialize when we name a facility or a room, or, are there, that's the Taylors, and, that was a sizable contribution, but have we thought about parameters around naming different parts of our facilities?
Anne, I might comment that the facilities belong to the cities. And sometimes things happen. For example, the Norick Library was named by the city council without any notice to the commission or at all. They just did it at the council meeting one day. So I think that probably within the building, there might be some opportunity, but I think we need to understand that it's up to the cities might decide to do things also. So that's one of our challenges.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Larry, do you want to answer Brian's question? It might be a public service question, but you want to go for it?
Yes, we actually have a policy that the commission just recently approved. I'm trying to pull it up now. Just a second. We have a policy SF 710, the naming of library buildings and spaces. It describes the requirements for the naming of a building and the naming opportunities within a building in terms of what is required and who has permissions to approve.
Okay, I thought we did. I was just trying to reconcile how this naming fits. I'm all for it, but I'm just want to make sure we're true to policy.
I can, let me see here. Basically, in the naming of something within the building, the policy says that the MLS and the Metropolitan Library Commission have the sole right to name or rename library meeting rooms or special use rooms at any time. Naming opportunities within a building will be primarily considered during building construction or renovation and may be considered at other times for individuals or organizations that provide a substantial financial contribution related to a need established by the Metropolitan Library System. Naming proposals will be established in conjunction with city officials and the staff of the Metropolitan Library System. Naming proposals will be brought in front of the Library Commission for final approval.
Okay, that's good. I just wanted to double check. Thank you, sir.
You're quite
Brian,
welcome.
one other piece of history, you are going to be tired of me telling you history. There was a room at the old library downtown that when we moved that collection and some of the furniture to the new library, we did not retain the name of the family that had originally donated it for a variety of reasons. And that was not without some controversy with that family. So I just thought I would throw that out there. There probably will be in the minutes of several of the meetings about that. So when you name something, you better be careful.
Thank you, Nancy.
I think in this case, it's appropriate given the size of the donation and that it was specifically for the Belle Isle Library. It's appropriate, and I think we should all get behind it.
No, I'm with you, Craig. I just wanted to better understand the policy.
Yeah, it was a great question, and I think unless you heard it differently, I think we're squarely within the remodeling and kind of the parameters of that naming structure.
For sure.
Thank you, Craig. Okay, item 6.1, library usage report. Larry, you want to do this one and then go straight into 7.1, your executive director report?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
As for the usage statistics for the month of February, there were several places where we are deficit from previous years. Part of that is due to the reduced hours that Curbside was doing. Part of that was actually due to closure for 1 week when we had the bad winter storm. And so we are going to be down a little bit in the month of February for those particular statistics, especially for things like circulation, social interactions, and other things, because we weren't here to do them. Within looking at the overall statistics for the year, we're within about 3% where we were for card holders last year. We think that fluctuation is a combination between the closure and the school enrollment allotments that we have with the one card. Those vary a little bit each semester. Circulation is down about 23% for the year, but again, that's because we've been running either closed or reduced service hours during that time. And so I would be happy to answer any other questions you may have.
Jennifer Edmondson, I have a quick question. You said one card in relation to the schools. Do all schools have that, or is that just something with OKCPS?
It is currently only with OKCPS. We have had other school districts inquire about it. It would be a logistical issue on taking in all of the school systems within the area. it would be kind of problematic to do all at once, especially. But
Okay, real quick follow-up. Do you have any kind of outreach to the other school districts?
we actually I just actually completed a phone call to the Putnam City head librarian requesting access to the one card last week. We do make outreach to the school systems around us, but this is since I've come into this position, this is the first time I've had anyone inquire about being moved on to the one card program. Any other questions?
Larry?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
I thought at one point in time we did have one or two other smaller schools. Did I misremember, or was it a case where we considered it and it did not happen?
I can find out real fast. Anne?
Yes, Beth, we were supposed to have added Crutcho, and right in the middle of that, the superintendent changed, and so it kind of got dropped off of their radar. I was working with their IT person trying to get the data. There was a big mess with that, and I was working through it, and then their superintendent changed, and that kind of ended the conversation.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ann.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ann. If there's no other questions, I'll move on to the executive director's report. And I don't really have much else to report other than what's in the report. I do want to add one thing. Our strategic focus group, which is a combination of staff from across the system, will be meeting at the end of this month on the 31st to begin the process of developing our next strategic plan. That is a recent development in the last day or so. And so I wanted to make sure that the commission was aware of that we're going to be restarting our strategic planning process so we can move forward with that. I am happy to answer any other questions you may have about my report.
I didn't see it in the report, but I know last time in the commission meeting, we talked about late fees and the impact and getting a study. What's the timeline on that look like?
What's the timeline? The proposal was to put together a one-year test pilot program. In discussing with Ann and other staff members, it looks like we would be aiming for a July 1st implementation to begin the one-year program. We need several weeks, about 8 weeks or so worth of time for working with our ILS vendor to make the necessary data changes and to make all of the various adjustments that are going to be necessary to process the overdue fines correctly now with the change. So it's going to take us probably 8 or 9 weeks to do that. We're going to bring a proposal to the Public Services Committee the next time they meet, which we are hoping will be in April. And at that point in time, the proposal will be heard and approved by Public Services. And then at that point, we could look to implement.
Awesome. Thanks, Larry.
No problem.
Any other questions for Larry?
Larry, this is Jim Shantz. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you expand a little bit on the visit you had with the Spencer mayor on their library system, possibly?
Yes, I can. Actually, myself and Anthony Herron met with the mayor and the city manager at Spencer. We explained what possibilities might be existing in terms of addressing library service. We told them that really the only option that we had that might be available to them at this point was the placement of a library kiosk, a 24-hour kiosk, like we're putting up in Mitch Park and Edmond. And we would use that installation to measure Wi-Fi connections, circulation, et cetera, to determine if there was some sort of need and to measure what that need is for the Spencer community. The mayor said, we also explained what the cost associated with such a process would be. And the mayor and the city manager both felt that that was something that they would like to try to move forward with. And so this week they were supposed to go to their city council with the concept of maybe putting a 24-hour kiosk in their city. And we're waiting to hear back where they landed on that issue.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Larry,
Yes, ma'am.
I saw in different places on the report of 2 issues with Edmond Library, and it sort of appeared that both of those happened the same day. Was that correct?
Yes, ma'am. There's actually 3 items or 3 things that happened on that day. It was a really bad day in Edmond, or a really lucky one if you're an insurance agent, I think. The first thing we had was in the middle of the morning, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, we had the car slam into the wall, which left us with some cracks in the exterior wall. That was taken care of later in the morning. An HVAC unit started smoking from a repair issue and actually generated enough smoke that the fire department was called. So we had the fire department come and make sure that everything was okay with that. And then later in the afternoon, a customer pulled in to do curbside, and she ran over our brand new curbside signs and hit a car. So it was an eventful day at Edmond. The rest of the week was very quiet. I think they used up their week's allotment of crazy all in one day.
I think they must have been feeling a kinship to Alexander on the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Right?
Absolutely. And so, yes, ma'am, it all happened on a Tuesday. Yes.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Okay, item 8.1, comments from commission members. There were many of us that were at the Del City grand opening a week ago Friday, and as you know, that's Mac's library, and so Mac's speech was awesome. We have to give huge thank you to Anthony, who kept the project on track. He jumped through multiple hoops, did a lot of stuff that we're not aware of to make sure that the Del City library opened on time and under budget. So Anthony, thank you to you. And then to the Del City library manager, Angel. If you don't know Angel, you need to meet her. She was a rock star through this whole process, and it was just really fun to watch how proud she was at the opening. So when you get a chance, go out to Del City, take a look. It is just a phenomenal facility. It's more than double the square footage of the old facility. And I tried out every chair and they're awesome. I love the furniture out there. So anyway, kudos to our team, and it just was a great day out there. So anyone else have a comment for today?
Madam Chair, this is Brian Mon. I had a meeting with the mayor of Del City this morning, and he and Angel have gotten crossways, and he has requested either a meeting with you or Larry. There is some severe issues that have developed between Angel and the mayor.
Okay, Larry, you want to handle that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Brian.
Here.
Anyone else have a comment? Okay, our next meeting is April 15th. Of course, 3:30 will be virtual again. So until then, you all stay well, stay safe, and we're adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.